I'm taking over studs and duds for this one. Game 74 against the Nashville Predators, where the Avs won 7-4. The stud category, you have to lead off with Justus Annunen, who comes in relief in this game and makes 23 straight saves, gives up no goals. The Avs don't even get the opportunity to win this game, if not for quality play out of Justus. Did I mention he had to start the game cold on a penalty kill? Pretty impressive stuff from Juice. Then you have the Avs power play. The Avs score 3 power play goals in this game. After a drought of just 1 in their last 12, it finally exploded, and it was the Stars, particularly Cale Makar, leading the charge on that, picking up a goal and 2 assists on those power plays. Yes, the Avs drew 7 opportunities, so they had plenty of chances, but 3 goals that the Avs, honestly, Nashville might just run away with this game, if not for those 3. Next up, it would be nearly impossible to not include Nathan MacKinnon in a studs of a home game for Colorado this season. Just a casual 4-point night for MacKinnon, and while Makar was getting it done on the power play, it was MacKinnon doing the heavy lifting at 5-on-5. The 4-point night for Mac puts him back in the lead of the NHL for the point race, and has gotta be securing the heart at a certain point, right? And the final stud for this one is the Avs' third period. After 2 extremely wild and messy periods, once the Avs got that lead, once it came down to crunch time, the Avs locked it down. They made a third period where they led the entire way, look easy, really did not give Nashville much here, there, or anywhere, and ultimately ran away with the game by the final buzzer. We started the stud side with Annunen, we have to start the dud side with Georgiev. I know a handful of the goals in this game are not his fault, and yet he still gives up 4 goals on 14 shots. That is just not good enough goaltending. No matter the quality of the opportunities against, some of those have to be stopped. And while his play alone would be enough to put him in the stud category, the thing that really puts him here is taking that penalty after the 4th goal. You have to be able to control your emotions in hockey. If you can't, if you're costing your team things like power plays, now you're taking it to a whole new level of bad, and that ultimately got him pulled out of the game, which I guess worked out for Colorado, but you cannot be doing stuff like that. While the Avs power play was wildly successful, their defensive systems at 5-on-5, at least for the first 2 periods of this game, were an extremely bad mess. Multiple goals given up from extremely high danger chances, just completely undefended, and those only happen because of poor execution when it comes to exiting their own zone. Far too many turnovers from the Avs D-core as a whole tonight. You see both players like Sam Girard and Cale Makar giving up really pretty terrible turnovers, but it was the whole team too. A number of plays that just aren't crisp enough to get them out of their own zone, giving up second chance opportunities in the NHL. It's just a bad look. Then you have Miles Wood. Miles Wood, just a tough game tonight. He had a couple of good opportunities. I'm not saying this is the worst game of Miles Wood's career or anything like that, but we're continuing to watch him be unable to finish on these opportunities. He's been sitting on 9 goals for what seems like forever and just cannot find that 10th with the opportunities he does have. And throughout the rest of his game, he got pretty caved in for the entire game, getting dominated in possession metrics and even taking a bad penalty that could have changed the impact of this game. Thankfully, the Avs were able to kill that one off and go on to win. The last stud of this game is going to be the injury bug. They're starting to stack up a little bit on Colorado. You saw Ross Colton get hit in the head here. Thankfully, he was okay and returned to the game, but you always have to be a little bit wary about delayed concussion symptoms. But that's not the one I'm even more worried about. You saw Sean Walker take a puck to the ribs and immediately go down the tunnel and leave this game. So far, there's been no update on him, but if Walker is going to miss some time, that means the Avs are now in the immediate without Val Nichushkin and Sean Walker, and that doesn't even include the fact that LOC has been knocked out for the rest of the season too. While there's no good time to get the injury bug, right before the playoffs is maybe the worst time. And finally, the unsung hero of the night. I do not want Yakov Trenin to get lost in this game. The ex-Nashville player, the Avs depth option that actually scored tonight, and it's not just any goal, it's the game-winning goal that Trenin is able to produce. It comes in the last minute of the second period. The Avs had not had a lead up to that point in the game. He set the Avs up for a successful third. On a night where the Avs Stars really had an explosion of goals, it's that depth one that ends up being so key for them.